Welcome back, guys. It's LSP. It's currently the 15th of January 2019, 10:34 a.m. GMT time. Just to follow up, from the look ahead video on Sunday. We had yesterday's price action as well, and we're just gonna kind of go through a bunch of stuff today. It'll be a short video. I'm not going to go into it too much. Be mindful. We do have the parliamentary Brexit vote today. Should cause some pretty insane volatility. Be cautious of the pound pairs, expect wider spreads, expect your broker to try and get you stopped out and all that good stuff. Personally, I won't be trading, and I suggest everybody else do the same. But, it's neither here or there. So I can't tell people what to do. I can only just show you what I see on the charts. As always, it's all for education. It's not trade advice. And that's that. So let's get into it. So we have the daily chart, and the levels are the same, guys. We've had this 95.70 level. I know it says 69, but we've had this 95.70 level marked off. Previously, a couple of weeks ago, I was saying at the time, before that candle formed, if you remember, we had the level, and that got tagged. That was previously on the previous look ahead video, most of last week, and that got tagged, and then obviously it started to run lower. And now we have this kind of, swing low down here. We've got another one down here. So the 94.43 to 94.50 institutional level may get, punched down to at some point in the next couple of weeks. But right now it seems that we're driving towards this 95.70. Okay, and this was the level that I was saying I didn't want that level to get traded through while we were waiting for that lower level to get traded to. Okay. So we're approaching that level now, and if you take a look at, a bit easier to see on the hourly chart, you can see that we've had this nice pop, and it seems to want to be driving up there. So this small area, this small gap here, I would expect that this is going to get filled in at some point today, or possibly tomorrow, but it's probably going to be today with the volatility that we get. The other thing that I'll say is this: I put a short video out yesterday explaining that this looked like a classic bull flag, and it gave me a little bit more confidence to expect lower prices. I am still bearish on dollar, but as always, I like to wait and see what's going to happen in the marketplace before I do anything, and I like to wait till I'm closer to liquidity pools, right, before I actually open a trade, and then there's trading rules, and then it has to set up the way I want it to, and so on and so on and so on. There's a lot that goes into a trade, to be fair, but we've had this pop today. I was saying that I would like to see this pop, then a rejection, and then a continued move lower. So right now we've got that first initial pop. Okay, it would be nice to see this rip up there, fill in the gap, and then completely reverse, because that will give me the confidence that I'm waiting for, the absolute confidence that I'm waiting for to take along on foreign currencies, mainly the euro. But for now, we just have to go with what we see on the chart. And again, you see this pop. We've got some liquidity above here. I think probably got tagged today, yeah, ever so slightly. Okay, but we've got these levels up here now. Okay, so this level up here now, and then we've got the small gap up there. I am expecting that to get tagged today, or at least tomorrow. So that's the dollar index. Let's go over to the euro, and you can see this was the candle that I was saying. If we trade through this, I'm going to be expecting consolidation. I'm not going to be expecting a huge rip down to to here. It can happen. It can happen. I'm not saying it can't happen, but because we've gone through this candle now, ideally we go a little bit further away from that candle. We take out this low here. We clean out this very small inefficiency and rebalance price, and then as we start to move higher, we need to get back through this candle now. So that's because I'm bearish dollar. This is how I see it in my head. Because I'm bearish dollar. Okay, and I'm looking for longs on foreign currencies. Okay, for me now it's like although we've had this move up, we've come back through that down candle. Theoretically, based on technical price action, the way that I view it, as we start to move back up into this candle right here, we should find resistance and it should continue lower. But because of the way that everything's setting up, and we're still at the at the start of the year, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm expecting and this is a loose expectation, but I'm expecting either a trade back through this and then a continuation higher, or consolidation. If we start to drive lower, okay, aggressively, and start to expand lower aggressively, then obviously we have the lows here and we've got the equal lows down here, and we will, act accordingly, we'll trade accordingly. But again, I can be right 3 times, because I wait. Instead of anticipating a trade, if I don't anticipate, I can be right 3 times. Yeah, and what I mean by that is this: because I'm waiting for price to show me what it wants to do. I have my ideas, I have my expectations, and then I wait for one of those expectations, right, to be fulfilled. Once it's fulfilled, then I will act accordingly, which means I'm going to be right regardless. Yeah. Now, I hope I said that right, and I hope I didn't confuse anybody. But it's about patience, really. It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff that's regurgitated for years and years and years throughout the industry, over and over and over again, by solid traders who know what they're talking about. Patience, 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 patience. There's no need to rush into anything. Okay, and again, if you remember, I was saying in the video that this level, I'm a big fan of rejection. I use it a lot in my trading. This whole price action level here, or not level, but this whole price action, this area of price action here, this up and this down movement, is a wick or a tail on a higher time frame. And this is why I was saying that I don't necessarily need to look at the higher time frames, because I know what this should look like. And you can see, anybody who's familiar with the market maker sell model, if anybody uses that stuff, it's pretty much almost been fulfilled right now. We've got the consolidation, without the consolidation, and so on and so on and so on and so on. I'm not going to go into it, but I don't know if we actually tagged the low. Yeah, almost, but I think we're gonna pop down there. I was saying that I was expecting this, and if you remember, I was saying in the previous video, the more I look at it, the more it feels like it wants to go down there, and the more I'm expecting it to. It's done that today. We've had a nice little pop up, cleaned out the liquidity here. It didn't go as far up into the void as I would have liked, because I like to see nice pronounced moves, big pop, fill in some of this inefficiency, fill in the void, reverse, and then you can key off an area down here, and then get excuse me, and then get your 20 to 30, maybe 40 pips. But I would be expecting that this level is probably going to get touched today, but we'll see what happens. Sorry, my bad. Just click the wrong one. Cable. Okay, so cable's a bit messy for me right now. If you look at these 2 levels, okay, we had the first level that was marked off, that was traded to, and again, these levels have been on the chart for a long time. Okay, last couple of weeks, first look ahead video and so on. We had this level that was traded to, then we had the second level that was traded to, which is the mean threshold of this candle here. Basically, it's just the middle of that candle, and we traded up there yesterday, rejection. We traded up there today, rejection. Now, normal market conditions, that for me, this rejection up here, this rejection up here, would give me an indication that we're probably expecting lower prices. But in the case of the pound USD, and with what's going on with Brexit and the Brexit parliamentary vote and so on, all this stuff that's happening in the UK, I have no confidence in this at all. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the for the news to be released. I'm going to see what happens, and I'm going to assess at the end of the day. Excuse me. I'm going to assess at the end of the day, and I'm going to see what side of the marketplace they took the liquidity, and then we'll take it from there, because we're going to get something obviously, and then we can look at that, assess the situation, and see, whether the order flow's been, whether the order flow's changed, whether the positions have changed, whether the liquidity pools have been raided, and so on and so on, lots of stops and that sort of thing. So. It's just a question of patience again. It's a question of patience. It's a question of waiting. If we pop down to the hourly chart, just want to give you guys an idea of the fleshing out. Let me extend that, and let me also extend that. You can see a nice run up there, first time, rejection. Nice run up there, price sensitivity. We're getting there. We're getting there. Let me, no, not that one. There we go. Just want to get rid of this for a second, guys, and I want to do something. Okay, and then extend. Go back to the weekly. Pop a price level on there. Pop a price level on there. And go back down to the hourly. Okay, and that's fine. It's going to be further over here, but that's fine. In fact, if I zoom out one more, we should be able to see it. Maybe, yeah, there we go. I know that's like really zoomed out, but I just wanted to see how far back it is. So, you know, we've had this rejection up here. I suppose you could consider this a potential failure, failure swing, failure swing in the making. But again, with everything that's going on with the pound today, I'm literally not going to say anything about the pound, in terms of what I expect. The only thing that I will mention is on the weekly. We're up in an area where we should theoretically get some resistance and maybe a little bit of a pop lower. But because we took stops here on this week, stops below here, we took that rejection, stop to grind higher. It is possible that we also go higher. So it's just a question of waiting, being patient, and just chilling out. I'm really not in a rush to do anything. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. As always, the email address is there. More than welcome to email me any questions, and I will. I'll be back sometime later this evening, and I'll do a short video recap of today's price action based on the parliamentary Brexit vote and what's happened and whatever price action we see at the time. Okay, be mindful of the dollar filling in this little gap up here, and the euro potentially. I'll give you a price level, at least to, I would say, 114, possibly 114 big figure, 114.10 to 114 big figure. I would imagine is going to get tagged today. All right, guys. So I wish you all the best. Good luck. Stay safe, and expect spreads to be widening today on the pound pairs, and just be very, very careful. All right, guys. Take care.